Hey, what's up guys? Hope we're doing very fantastic today. It's a Man here with Voices Between the Lines, a visual novel game where we interview our classmates for a school assignment. Now, real quick, before I jump into gameplay, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Lisa Marie Eichberg for their comment on one of my previous videos. If you guys want to comment to feature on any future videos, then well, obviously just leave a comment. That's it, just leave a comment. And so, without further ado, let's begin Voices Between the Lines. Alright, so Kira stares at the assignment sheet like it might blink first. Interviewed 3 classmates about their lives, dreams, and what makes them them. I could just make stuff up and no one would know. Remember class, this is about listening, not just asking questions. You're not collecting facts, you're collecting voices, the ones people don't always mean to share. If you do it right, you won't just learn about them, you'll learn something about yourself too. That sounds like a lot for a school project. She glances outside. 3 names stand out. Who to interview first? So we have Tsuki Fujiwara, Yuiko Yamaki, and Sueko Akaijino. So let's do Tsuki first. So Tsuki's classroom is quiet, cleaner than Kira expected. Rows of desks, soft light through the windows, and a faint hum from the air conditioning. Kira sets down her recorder in one of the desks. Oh, Kira! What you doing here? Hi Tsuki. I just have to do this project. Project? Yup. I got interviewed 3 classmates about their lives, dreams, and what makes them, well, them. Well, I could definitely help. I knew you'd say that. Kid opens her notebook. The recorder is on. Okay, let's start with something easy. What are your goals? Goals, huh? Well, I want to be a professional distraction. That's not a real thing, silly. Oh, sure it is. I distract people from their stress, their homework. Maybe their existential dread, too. Huh. Ski. Okay. Let's see. I guess I want to make people laugh? Or feel less alone, or maybe just not bored. Is that a goal? Notebook entry. Ski dodges questions like it's a sport, but sometimes she hesitates. So call out or listen. Maybe listen? You don't have to answer right away. There's someone who used to say that to me. She always knew when I was stalling. The classroom feels quieter now, like something invisible just shifted. I joke and she'd laugh, but then she'd tilt her head and say, okay, but what do you really mean? She's not talking about me. But anyways, that's ancient history. Do you miss her? Sometimes, but mostly I miss who I was when she was around. I should write that down. Notebook entry. She misses who she was, not just the person. Next question. What do you wish people understood about you? Oof. Okay, let me think. I guess I wish people knew I'm not just the funny one. You're definitely funny. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's easy to be the comic relief. It's harder to be taken seriously when you actually feel things. So, notebook entry, Tsuki hides behind humor, but she wants to be seen. Sometimes I think if I stopped joking, people wouldn't know what to do with me. So comfort. I think I would. You're weird, Kira. But thanks. So, last question. What do you want to be remembered for? Whoa. That's not easy. I guess I want people to remember that I made things lighter. Even if just for a moment. Oh, that wasn't a joke. Not this time. Notebook entry. She wants to be remembered for the light she gave, not the weight she carried. And maybe someone will remember the way I listened. Or the way I made them laugh when they didn't think they could. That sounds like someone I'd remember. You're such a sap, Kira. But thanks. I wonder if she's thinking about that person again. Notebook entry. Tsuki's thread Tsuki's thread unlocked. Her laughter was never the whole story. Kira closes her notebook. The recorder clicks off. Who to interview next? So Yuiko Yamaki, yeah. The library smells like old paper. Yuiko stands by one of the bookshelves. Kira. Hi, Yui. You're here for a project, I'm assuming? Yeah, I need to interview 3 classmates. About their lives, dreams, and what makes them, them. And you want me to help, right? Yep. I'll try. You promise not to simplify me. I promise. Kira opens her notebook. The recorder is on. Okay, let's start. What inspires you? What inspires me? The way light disappears when you blink. The silence between 2 people who understand each other. The shape of a shadow that almost looks like a memory. That's not what I expected. Yuko speaks in metaphors, but maybe that's the only way she feels safe. Accept her answer as is, or try to interpret it, so maybe try to interpret it? So you mean emotional connection, or nostalgia? Maybe. Or maybe I just like shadows. I'm not sure if I missed something. There was someone who used to understand me. She never asked me to explain. She just nodded and smiled, like it all made perfect sense. She's not talking about me. Yuko once had someone who understood her silence. But people like that don't stay. They drift, like fog, like dreams you forget the moment you wake up. Do you miss her? I miss the way I sounded when she was listening. So notebook entry. She misses how she felt in someone else's presence. She never said who. Maybe she didn't need to. Maybe I wasn't meant to know. Next question. What do you wish people saw in you? That I'm not just quiet? I'm listening, always. I notice the way someone's voice changes when they talk about something they love. Yuko isn't silent, she's observant. Her quiet is full of meaning. Affirm her or prompt. Prompt or affirm her. Maybe affirm her? I think I see that. Most people only hear what they expect. Last question. What do you want to leave behind? Unfinished sketches. Words that almost made sense. A feeling someone can't quite name, but knows they felt before. Huh, she's not talking about legacy. I think she's talking about emotional residue? Yuko wants to leave behind echoes, not answers. I don't want to be remembered clearly. I want someone to pause, to wonder, to feel something they can't explain. That sounds like someone I'd remember. Maybe I've already left something behind. Is she thinking about them again? I hope it's not weighing too heavily. Notebook entry. Yuko's thread unlocked. Her silence has shape now. Kira closes her notebook. The recorder clicks off. Who would interview next? Sueko Akaijino, so Sueko. The rooftop smells like rust and sunlight. Sueko sits near the fence. Notebook open. Ramune bottle is beside him. His pen moves like it's racing something invisible. He didn't even look up when I walked in. If you're here to ask about my fanfics, I'm busy. I'm not. It's for a project. I have to interview 3 classmates about their lives, dreams, and what makes them, them. That's vague. And mildly pretentious. But sure, I'll play along. Just don't quote me out of context. I have a reputation. He flips to a blank page in his notebook, but doesn't stop writing. Kid opens her notebook. The recorder is on. Okay, first question. What drives you? What drives me? Deadlines, expectations, the fear of being a liability. I don't like being the reason something breaks. So I make sure I'm useful, efficient, predictable. That's a lot to carry. People say I'm intense, but intensity gets things done. Besides, I've seen what happens when people get too soft. Notebook entry. Sueko measures himself in usefulness, like he's afraid softness might cost him something. Respect his answer and challenge, so maybe respect his answer. Respect, or actually, I don't know, maybe challenge it a bit, cause, I feel like there might be something that could be expanded on it. But don't you ever want to be more than useful? Wanting doesn't change what people expect. Besides, I write romance. That's enough softness for one life. He didn't say no. The wind picks up. Suenko's notebook flutters, but he doesn't move to catch the page. Someone once told me I was too much. Too intense, too obsessive, too everything. I laughed, said I'd tone it down. I started trimming myself down. Even the characters I wrote stopped speaking freely. Sueko started shrinking himself after someone said he was too much. Now I write people who second guess their own joy, who dim their own light before anyone else can. Next question. What do you wish people understood about you? That I'm not trying to be perfect. I just don't want to be left behind. There is a difference. Sueko doesn't want to impress people. He wants to be chosen without needing to prove himself. So reassure him and deflect. So reassure him? I think I get that. You don't have to earn your place every time. Maybe. But it's easier to believe when someone says it out loud. Last question. What do you want to leave behind? I've seen someone rereads without knowing why. A line that sticks, even if they forget who wrote it. It's not about being seen, it's about leaving something that stays. I don't need credit. I just want someone to pause. I wonder if it was meant for them. That sounds like something I'd remember. Then maybe it found the right reader after all. I wonder if someone's on his mind. Sueko's thread unlocked. His fiction lingers in the quiet gaps others forget to fill. Kira closes her notebook, recorder clicks off. Who'd interview next? Finish the project. The notebook is now complete. Every page is filled. Interview summary, emotional insight 95, interview depth 225, notebook entries 15, emotional threads unlocked 3. I tried. I think I got close. So you unlock partial connection ending. So Kira reads through her notes. Some answers feel clear, others feel like puzzles she didn't solve. She learned a lot, but maybe not everything. Notebook final entry. Some truths take time. Maybe this was a beginning. So some truths take time. Maybe this was a beginning. Alright, so I think that's like the neutral ending, quote unquote. Because I read in the description of the game and there's supposed to be like 3 endings. So I think that's more or less like a neutral ending where you only like find out a little bit about each classmate. Yeah. Alright, so let me see how to get the second ending real quick. Alright, so I think I got a different ending this time. So the notebook is now complete. Every page is filled. Interview summary. Emotional insight 120, interview depth 300, notebook entries 16, and emotional threads unlocked 3. I think I really saw them. Not just what they said, but what they meant. So you unlock true connection ending. So Kira flips through her notebook. Every page holds something real. Not just answers, confessions, the kind of truths people don't say out loud. She didn't just finish the project, she found something worth remembering. Notebook final entry. Some connections only happen when someone's willing to listen. Thank you for being that someone. Alright, so that's the second ending. Now let's see how to get the third ending real quick. Alright, so now I got the third ending. So it says, the notebook is now complete. Every page is filled. Interview summary. Emotional insight 70. Interview depth 175. Notebook entries 16. Emotional threads unlocked 3. Maybe I missed something, but I wrote it all down. That's a start. So, you unlock surface level ending. Kira closes her notebook. The pages are full, but something's missing. She got the answers, but not the stories behind them. Notebook final entry. Some stories stay quiet when no one asks the right questions. Yeah. Yeah, so... this is actually pretty interesting. Yeah. I guess the way that this game is structured, I guess, sort of like, teaches the player, like, how to properly conduct interviews. Because, obviously, like, like, whenever you're interviewing someone or, like, asking questions in general, like, you always have to, like, kind of, like, watch how you ask it. Or, like, watch how you approach certain topics that the interviewee, like, brings up, because, the way that you ask a question, or whichever questions you ask, like, it could really determine, like, like, what kind of answers you get, whether you find out more about it, or the interviewee just straight up, like, dismisses the topic altogether, or like, you only find out some parts about the topic, but, like, not everything that you wanted to know. Yeah, I don't know, like, I think that's what this game does, like, partially, like, it sort of, like, teaches the player, like, how to properly ask questions, or, like, how to properly conduct an interview. Yeah, I've noticed that this one had, like, I guess, like, less, like, I noticed that this one kind of has, like, less endings compared to, like, the other visual novels that I played by SETI, but I think it more so just has to do with, like, yeah, just, just the plot in general. Yeah, because I know that the, like, previous visual novels that I played by SETI, like, they touch on more complicated plots, which is why, for example, one of the previous visual novels that I played by SETI, Thread Between Rooms, has, like, about 5 endings, and I think the same thing could sort of be said for this other one. I think it was called Knock Knock Kuro. Yeah. Like those have, like, slightly more endings than Voices Between the Lines, but that's because they deal with, like, more complex, stories, and more complex events that have, like, multiple outcomes and whatnot. Yeah. And but yeah, like, nevertheless, I really did enjoy this one. It was very interesting. As always, the dialogue and the artwork were like the dialogue was excellently written, and the artwork looked pretty nice, as always. I actually kind of like the art style in this game in particular, because it sort of reminds me of another game that I played by SETI previously called The Mall. Yeah, like the art style in this game is sort of like, in my opinion, is sort of reminiscent of The Mall. Yeah, which was a previous visual novel that I played by SETI. And yeah, like, yeah, I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed this game. The dialogue and the artwork, and I guess a little bit of the story is what I like best about it. And yeah, so to SETI, keep up the excellent work. Hopefully you'll come back and make some more, make some more games someday. And yeah, like, whenever you feel ready to make more games, and whenever you feel ready to create again, I mean, like, know that I'll be looking forward to it, because, I mean, so far the games that you've made, SETI, they're pretty fantastic. Like, honestly, they're pretty fantastic. So yeah, whenever you feel ready to create again, just know that I'll be looking forward to it. I'll be looking forward to future projects, and yeah, take as much time as you need, and yeah, yeah, like I said, I wish SETI the best. Yeah, but anyways, that's it. So this was Voices Between the Lines, a visual novel game played by the man himself. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And finally, as all gamers say, peace out and stay gnarly, amigos!